What is up, everybody? This is Brian, the Tailgate Tour Guide, and I just got down off of Elk Mountain Scenic Highway. That's in the north part of Asheville, kind of near the Grove Park Inn, kind of between Asheville and Weaverville. And I had seen that there was some Helene damage up here, and I honestly hadn't driven this road since then. I'd actually probably just driven the road a couple weeks beforehand, but today I figured I would take the estimate out and just kind of enjoy the nice weather that we're having today. But I can tell you, this road's not in great shape. I mean, you'll see what I'm talking about, but it is, I'd seen some photos of some tree damage, but I honestly could not imagine what I just saw. And even though it's practically February now, so it's been like 6 months since the storm just about, and it's in really rough shape. So I'll just go ahead and jump right into it and kind of show you what it's like up there. Amazing corner with gorgeous homes. Lots of cyclists out today. Really good section of this road right here. This is closer to the bottom of the road. This is why normally I'd be up here. Amazing views, amazing road, get to the parkway, drive by a bunch of $1 million homes. What's not to love? Normally this would be one of my favorite things about this road, these big old switchbacks. Such a good road with a lot of good corners, but not right now. Power line still dangling, phone lines and things. Yeah, stuff still sticking out on the road. It's like a war zone up here. Guys are doing awesome work. It's just a mess up here though. It's January, end of the month, almost February, and we're still having this much work going on. I'm so curious to know what their kind of end state is supposed to be. Gosh, there's thousands of cuts. Trees down around here. Construction site where all those vehicles are. It's a water tower, all kinds of stuff over there. Getting near the top of Elk Mountain Scenic Highway. And it is just devastating how many trees have just been completely chopped up. You can see there's just all these trees down. All these have just been completely broken off the top. It's just insane. All right, so we're pretty much at the top of Elk Mountain now, and this is kind of like a little painted rock. Somebody's added some chairs here, which is kind of nice, but it's always been a real popular spot to kind of pull over. It used to be a little bit more shrouded, maybe because it's winter time. I just feel like there's definitely a few more trees down, of course, but it's just a gorgeous view down into the valley, and I'm actually kind of shocked to see right here. You can still see there's a little bit of trees and stuff that have been blown over, but some of these honestly look like they've been here a little longer. They're a little older. But when you look over the valley here, you can just see kind of how things are. So over here on the right side of the mountains, you can see it's wintertime, so it's all dead. But you can see all the trees are standing. But then as I pan further over here, you can just see how these crazy gusts of wind just came through and just completely flattened. There's a whole ridge line right through here. It looks like from the top of the ridge all the way down, just completely flattened. Like, it's just insane to see how, you can see there's trees that are standing just fine on the left there, but there's just this massive wind, spur that just came through and just flattened all those. And it's just humbling to see. And, this is, practically 6 months after the storm, and it's still so obvious to see how the storm came through some of these areas. But God, it's just makes you ill. So I'm a little further down the rock now, and found more tree carnage. You can kind of see down. I don't know if it'll really show up in video, honestly, but if you just look down in this area here, there are just hundreds, if not thousands of trees that are just completely flattened all through here. Looks like they're all I can't really tell if they're leaning this way or leaning that way, but there's just a whole grouping down there, kind of like what I was showing you over on that ridge over there. But just a whole entire section of trees completely flattened and snapped off. Again, you can see, all these trees, here's one right here. I mean, it looks like they've been clear cut. All these trees have been broken off. Here's more at a very specific height, just from the tensile breaking point of these trees just whipping around with this wind. And as I come over here, you can see it kind of just went right up this ridge line, or up this side. You can just see all these trees that are down, all these trees that have been chopped off. There's all kinds of them down. Strangely enough, I think these are all leaning this way, or broken off in that direction, just from the way it looks. I mean, even today there's a little bit of wind up here, but golly, I just can't imagine what this was like. Side note, I don't ever think I've been this far down the rock. I just never really explored this far. And there's a huge drop off right here. I was not expecting that. It's probably a good 30-foot drop down to this little cut right here. I don't know why all this trash is down here. Video's never gonna do it justice, but it's super far down there, and we're still probably 30 feet from the road where we came from, but always a cool spot to check out. So I literally just crossed the street from where I was, and you can just see on the other side of this ridge line, other side of the valley. It just kills me, man. I don't know why I get so emotional with it, but it's just an insane amount of trees just completely flattened. I mean, the whole entire forest bed is just all down trees. And I know I've said it 1,000 times, but I just cannot fathom what the wind was like to have that many trees. I mean, could you imagine the sound? All these trees, again, just completely snapped off. You know, I don't think this area had so much of the water damage and the different mudslides and things from what I can tell. But every single tree up here, even if it's standing, it's been completely stripped. There's just nothing left of these trees. And this whole entire mountain is like this. Still work being done up here. I don't recognize this place at all, man. This whole entire, every single tree. It's just probably some of the worst tree damage I think I've ever seen. I mean, all these, the whole root ball. You can't even get the Town Mountain Road from here. This is actually the first time I've ever seen this before. Normally, I've never really gone straight through here, but normally this will take you to, is this a new fence? Oh, I think, no, it's not. I don't think it's new. I've just never paid attention to it before. This is off in the distance, I can actually see some crews out there working. There's a truck out there, but that's the Blue Ridge Parkway. If you were to go down here, that would take you to Blue Ridge Parkway. There's the pull off, and then you've got Town Mountain Road, which is right around the corner from there. And normally, even if the parkway is closed, again, I've never seen this gate here, but the gate would be open, I guess. And you could at least go down to where there's another gate to close the parkway down there, and then there's a gate that closes the parkway on the other side. Although normally, this is usually the northern point or the eastern point of the commuter stretch. They usually go all the way from down in West Asheville all the way up here, and then all this will be closed off during the winter time. But as of right now, you can't even get to Town Mountains. I mean, this is a one-way road right now, minus taking it all the way up into Weaverville, I guess. But God, I mean, I knew there was trees down up here, but I just could not have imagined it would look like this. So that is the little connector road that would go from Elk Mountain down to the parkway. You can see it snakes right through here and all the way down, and you really can't see it, but way down in there through the trees is the parkway, and this is just further up the road up top. Look at all these super healthy trees. Completely just snapped. Snapped, pulled out from the roots. Completely flattened and laying over. That's the, over there is actually the ridge line I was talking about earlier, where you can see all the difference between the trees here that are all standing, and then just a little bit over to the left. It's really hard to see with the phone camera, but you can definitely tell there's a contrast between the trees that are here and the trees that are over there, and then that ridge line right there in the center where there just was a massive gust of wind. And it looks like it's the same wind current that would have come right through here where I'm standing. You can just see that all those trees have been flattened, and that's dead straight in line with where I'm standing with all of these trees. And just look at how they're all just leaning over. Leaning over, snapped, stripped bare. I mean, even the bark is just completely, almost bleached. It's just like being on another planet. It's almost like a bomb, honestly, went off through here. Look at that view. Now you know why it's called Elk Mountain Scenic Highway. All kinds of new homes. Gorgeous $1 million houses all the way around here.